Hey guys, what's up? It's your friendly neighborhood UberGoose here. We got another update to the build, the skeleton build. Unfortunately, this update means that we're no longer playing popcorn. I found out it's just worse. I mean, it's as simple as that. It's just worse, DPS wise. I did the calculations, and yeah, popcorn skeletons is just a lot worse than just regular skeletons. So we are now running regular skeletons. This means on the tree, we have changed up a little bit of our things. Specifically, I've dropped this wheel in its entirety. I have indeed grabbed Sacrifice. I don't remember where else. Oh yeah, we dropped Elemental Equilibrium and of course Minion Instability. Alright, we are making a sale again. Good. I have finished off this and then we're grabbing a bunch more life nodes. So it's just a normal skeletons build. But the nice thing about it is that we have ourselves some really strong skeletons. We have more life on the tree. We have strong golems, and also we have two convoking wands that have +1 to all minion skill gems. I had to buy these. It's a pretty rare affix on softcore. It's somewhere around, I'd say on average, like 20C, just for this affix on a wand. I don't know. Hardcore, I assume, is way more expensive. In fact, I know apparently is way more expensive. I do have a 6-link now. I was able to just pick one up. I'm actually like doing pretty damn well on currency compared to what I'm usually at. I'm at about 3x just sitting in my currency tab. Then, well, actually, to be honest, if we include all of the currency, we're probably like way more than 3x. I have a lot of alks. I have a lot of jewelers. I have some ancients. A divine, and a null. So, we're doing pretty well. So yeah, basically we're regular skeletons, so the links have changed. We are now summon skeletons, melee splash support, minion damage, feeding frenzy, brutality, and melee fizz. And then I have Ray Zombie instead of feeding frenzy, now has death mark, still has minion damage, multi-strike. Our golem, is summon carrying golem, multi-strike damage on full life minion damage. I don't know if those are correct. I don't know if those make sense. I think so, probably. Then we have Flame Dash. I just am leveling Enlighten. It doesn't really matter. Then we have Flesh Offering and Desecrate linked with faster casting. I still have Arc to set up a curse, but this curse is now vulnerability. Faster casting curse on hit. And currently we also have the craft of maximum number of zombies and skeletons, which means that we have 11 max skeletons, 10 max zombies. I do intend to get that craft onto my helmet. The problem is I don't have the craft. I haven't unveiled it fully yet. Let me show you on the crafting bench. As you can see, I am basically one unveil away, so I just need to find it on a helmet or body armor. So hopefully that happens soon. So let's demo the build. We're into yellow tier maps at this point, so let us just demo it in a yellow tier. I'll do one that I haven't done yet, like one of the 10s maybe. Actually, let's just do mineral pools. Let's be safe. Let's be safe and nice. You know what? We're gonna chisel it too, because I'm feeling saucy. Point blank area of effect nemesis. Yeah, sure, that seems fine. There's nothing wrong with this. So you'll see that our clearing on packs is a lot faster, and also our skeletons actually continue to clear after one pack, rather than ending on a single pack. So, as far as general clearing is concerned, this build is great. As far as bossing is concerned, this build is great. As far as everything is concerned, this build is fucking insanely good. I am kind of in love with this build. I've always liked summoners, to be honest. I mean, literally my very first build, I guess you could call it. My first character was the summoner. I wouldn't call it a build. I was stumbling through everything, which, by the way, if you're new to Path of Exile, I would recommend exactly that. Just kind of stumble through it. Do your own shit. You know, if it ends up bad, it ends up bad. Doesn't really matter, right? Learn and probably follow guides for the next one, and you're good to go. Just treat the first character as a learning experience. Get acquainted with the game, start to understand things, and it also sets like a bar, you know, to allow you to compare against when you actually do start following a guide. Because then when you start following a guide, it'll actually do things that make sense. When you're doing it yourself, you're probably going to die a lot, and it'll feel totally different once you follow a guide. I don't know why I'm rambling about that in this, but whatever. I mean, we're map clearing with a very powerful build. I'm not in a position to be very concerned at all with actually commentating or concentrating. Although maybe I should concentrate a little bit on this, on the Abyss. By the way, it's going to get real laggy. That's just Path of Exile. I have a good computer, I promise. There's nothing I could do to make it less laggy. I mean, there is one way I could make it less laggy frame rate wise, but it would be a lot laggier network wise, and that's change to predictive rather than lockstep. But I would rather put up with less than 60 FPS rather than deal with, like input delay basically and rubber banding. I don't need those, thanks. I don't know which one of these ways is a dead end. This map is a little wonky. I think it's this way though. Yeah. There's a bone helmet. This is a weird map in general. I mean, it's not too bad though. Like, it's definitely non-linear, but it's not like really, really bad type of non-linear where you have to like go incredibly far in multiple directions to finish it out. It's just a couple relatively short dead ends. Found a girl. So one of the big things that makes this work so well, first of all, Feeding Frenzy makes the skeletons aggressive, right? Which is why I actually have it on them. It means that they'll be off-screening way more than without it. In fact, I started without it because I was like, oh, I'll have Feeding Frenzy on the zombies and then have a different support on the skeletons and kind of get an extra like half link or something like that. But they actually weren't off-screening super hard. I mean, they were off-screening for sure. Ooh, this is kind of nice. Assuming I can build it right here. Sure. Just do that, and start it. So they were off-screening. Like, they were just sprinting off-screen and fucking dudes up. But as soon as I added Feeding Frenzy, it's like it's a different fucking world, dude. It's nuts. So I actually don't need to build any towers. I still like to. And I need to be like upgrading this specifically. So there's a challenge to spend a ton of resources on specific, towers. Tower types, rather. And I'm quite far behind on the support tower. So I am trying to make up for it by basically every single time I do a Blight encounter, just build almost exclusively support towers. Is there a ghost or something? What's going on? Nah. It was dead before I could even flash offering. So, unlike previously, 6 monsters, sure. Unlike previously, I actually do have time to cast flesh offering. Like, I actually, make and consume corpses. I actually have time to do that now. Because I don't have to continually recast my skeletons. Sure, that one. Why not? So, that makes the build a lot nicer, because we actually get to get value from another, ascendancy point, rather than basically the final notable being effectively worthless. So it is nice, that part is nice. So just to recap our Ascendancy, we obviously have both Unnatural Strength and Bone Barrier, thus we have Mindless Aggression, which is a requirement to get there. And then our final point is Essence Glutton. I actually don't even know if this is necessary. Like, I'm starting to wonder if we actually want Commander of Darkness and then maybe run an Aura. Because currently, we're actually super overkill on the amount of mana we have, because we just have Mind Over Matter and nothing else to amplify how much Mind Over Matter is mattering. So for right now, we actually literally can only use like 1.3 thousand mana. So we're overshooting by 900. So if I cut out Essence Glutton and swap to Commander of Darkness, then we will basically be at that spot, and then we could run like a Clarity or something just to get the increased damage, the alley res. I mean, we could probably even run a better Aura other than Clarity, but you get the idea, right? There is also, like, maybe the argument for Plaguebringer, but I don't know. Like, 10% more is pretty good for all my skeletons, and then the reduced damage is also pretty good for survivability. The AoE doesn't matter as much, but definitely can help. I don't know, I'm torn at this point. Now that we're actually not doing popcorn, I actually don't know which of these three is best. It's easy enough to just respec, though, when I feel it necessary. The rest of the tree is pretty much exactly the same as before. We did finish off Golem Commander to get the +1 to max golem, so now we have 2 Carrion Golems. There might be an argument to be running a different golem other than Carrion as your second golem, because I don't believe that they're buff the additional physical damage for non-golem minions. I don't believe that that stacks with multiple Carrion Golems. It'd be weird if it did. It'd be like the only golem buff that actually does stack. So I believe the second Carrion Golem is basically just there for damage. I don't know how much damage at all, so you know, we'll be figuring that out there. I do also now have Battle Rouse. Actually, I don't know if I had this for the last video, but I have Battle Rouse as an anointed thing here. This ammo is pretty good. I'm looking to replace my rings, mostly. I could replace my gloves at some point as well. And if I do actually end up going a Commander of Darkness, I can cut even more Eli-Res out of my build and get some even more, you know, top-tier things. Could also, for our next points, go here, but I'm pretty happy just filling out life nodes. I've already grabbed the 6%, so everything else that's in range is just going to be a 5%. It's pretty unlikely that I'm going to get much past 90 in my mind, so I'm pretty happy with next point just going into life, and then if I get to 91, next point going into life. And then if I get to 92, I don't know, I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. We could get another 5% life, I suppose. At which point, if I do grab that, we can actually... I guess we could just swap, which doesn't really change anything at all. But that's the build. Obviously a much shorter one this time. You know, it still plays pretty much the same. I'll try to get some Elder and Shaper stuff done for the next video. Currently just in yellow maps. I was trying to get an Elder to spawn, but I just didn't have the maps, so I ended up killing them off. So we'll try and get some new Elder influence going, and then try to go from there. I did do a Blighted map on stream, so if you want to check that out, I'll probably leave a link to the VOD if you want to peep that. It was just a lookout. I'm still scared of the instance crashing. I've done 2 Blighted maps at this point, a tier 5 and a tier 4. Both were completely free, so if you want to check that out, I'll leave a link to the VOD down in the description. It'll be towards the end. Literally, it was the last thing that I did overall. So that pretty much does it. Oh, just to touch on why I want, by the way, this mod, the zombie skeleton on my helmet, is 1, more zombies, great. 2, 1 more skeleton means triple summon is actually 12 rather than the current 11, right? Because we summon 4 every cast, so it'd be really nice to get to 12 just to make it nice and easy. So each cast is always going to be 4. So I think that does it. And I am trying to get a 21 Summon Skeletons gem as well. So in my secondary, goodbye skeletons, I just have some Erendel's Embraces with a bunch of Summon Skeletons. These are only, well, these just hit 19, so they are now beginning to get on their way to 20. This guy's much closer to 20, only 40k experience away. So that'll do it. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed again. Next one, probably going to have some Shaper/Elder type content going on. Maybe some Guardians. I don't know. We'll see. I am actually already started into red maps, basically. I haven't done any red maps, but now I picked up 2 palace maps. I'm working on 10s, so we're getting there. We're getting there. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.